It all started with our Associate Dean of the School of Theater. His name is Brian Parsons. He had a vision that a lot of us have almost felt like a sense of a calling to tell this story. He has a friend, his name is Steve Gilroy, a very well-known award-winning playwright in the UK, who does what we call a verbatim theater style of writing. And it is literally verbatim. So what he would do is he would choose a topic. In this case, Parsons was interested in looking at the Oklahoma City bombing as a landscape starting point of what story we might tell. He would talk to Mr. Gilroy. We would find people that would qualify as different points of view around the event. So government officials, survivors, family members from victims, first responders, medical personnel, you name kind of all the potential gamut facets of the story. We would find people, and strangely enough, very easily that were willing to be interviewed by us and be recorded, not with a video, but with just an audio, just an old-fashioned, like you're in a class taking lecture notes, right? And we had a series of questions, but of course we were allowed to go off that list if we were inspired to ask something else. And we interviewed these people, these Oklahomans, these very giving and just completely gracious with their story. We interviewed them and then transcribed that interview into something that the playwright could then use to create, to craft a story.
I play two characters, or characters, real people, same thing. I play Sam Gonzalez, the police chief at the time, and I also play Mark Bays, who's the forestry guy who takes care of the Hope Tree right now, Survivor Tree.
And what does that tree mean?
I think his exact quote, which I really like, and this may not be exact at the end of the day, but was, "It's the symbol that we can get beyond tragedy. It's the symbol that we can get hit, we can get hurt. That tree had amazing damage done to it if you look at the pictures. But today, I mean, it's living, it's growing, it's a thriving tree." So I think that's what it really means.
I'm playing Jan Henry, who is our president's wife. I'm playing Susan Winchester, and I am playing Polly Nichols. I like a lot what Jan Henry has to say, because Jan has been through tragedy in her home life. She lost her first husband, and she talks about how, you know, powerless she felt in that situation, about she couldn't do anything. He unfortunately just collapsed while he was jogging one night. And there was nothing she could do. She always felt like she wanted to do something. So when the opportunity arose, she had no experience in identification of bodies before, but and obviously it's not the most glamorous job. It's not a job that anyone wants to do. But she saw this as her opportunity to finally be able to do something and help and do whatever she could. And she didn't want to let this opportunity go. So she spent time in the morgue identifying bodies, and I just think that's a real, she didn't view it as a sacrifice, she viewed it as one of the best experiences she's ever had in her life. She said it was not horrific, it just felt like something important that she was supposed to do. And to me that was just so beautiful that she has like cherished the experience.
And because it's real, because the audience will constantly be reminded that these people are not fiction. There's a constant, just the way that it's, the delivery of the information, the way it's given is so documentary in style that there's regular reminders that they're real people. And so their stories are that much more effective, that much more impactful. We're not dwelling in the bad things. Part of that has to be told so that you understand where that person has come, how far they've come. But we don't dwell over there. We spend a lot more time talking about where we are now, how that person has evolved, how they've survived, how they define survivor. Do they call themselves a survivor? What is Oklahoma City? How does Oklahoma City fit in? What does it mean to you to be a part of this city? And we want the audience to leave feeling not sad about something that had happened to it that, you know, didn't deserve, but instead very hopeful and excited about the future that our city is. Proud to be Oklahoma City, proud to be Oklahomans.